Welcome back, Focus Learners. Let's jump right into today's explainer, because we're tackling something literally every single one of us deals with. We're going to take this incredibly dense, highly concentrated piece of source material and use it to completely dismantle the universal human struggle of procrastination. You know exactly what I mean, right? That sudden, overwhelming urge to deep clean your entire kitchen right when you've got a massive deadline looming. Well, we're going to break down a framework that entirely shifts how we approach that inertia. Okay, let's dive into this. What is the ultimate weapon against laziness? I mean, we've all been there, staring at a blank screen, hitting snooze for the absolute fourth time, or just endlessly pushing that major project to tomorrow. Normally, we try to fight this natural inertia with guilt, or we just wait around hoping for some magical sudden burst of motivation to strike. But our source text today, it offers a completely different, highly specific weapon to win this battle. Section 1. The problem of laziness. Now notice the language here. Our source text doesn't tell us to just manage laziness. It doesn't say, hey, track it or learn to cope with it. No, it explicitly tells us to kill it. It frames laziness not as some quirky little character flaw we just have to tolerate, but as a fatal condition to your productivity, something that literally must be weeded out from the root. Section 2. The ultimate antidote. So, the crucial point is this. The definitive solution presented is the one hard thing rule. And what's great about this is it's not some overly complex 10-step morning routine. You don't need a subscription to an intricate software system to make it work. The sheer power of this concept lies entirely in its stark, absolute simplicity. The exact instruction from our source text is to kill laziness with science. Look at the incredible contrast in that sentence. On one hand, you have kill laziness, which sounds, primitive, messy, like an emotional day-to-day slugfest. But then the text immediately counters that with the phrase with science. It completely transforms the battle from a primitive test of willpower into a clinical, systematic, and calculated cure. You don't beat laziness with pure emotion, you beat it with a formula. Section 3. The one hard thing. And this brilliantly illustrates how a simple phrase actually contains a complete, actionable framework. Step 1 is one, which dictates our focus. Step 2 is hard, setting the level of difficulty. And step 3 is thing, demanding real execution. Just by breaking down the title itself, we get a complete roadmap. We see exactly how this scientific elimination of laziness is meant to operate. Let's really dive into step 1. 1. Singular focus. The rule explicitly limits our scope to a single objective. Because think about it, laziness absolutely thrives when we're overwhelmed by a massive to-do list. By explicitly specifying one, the source instantly eliminates distraction. It demands ruthless prioritization. You literally cannot divide your attention here. It means choosing to write that one critical email instead of, say, randomly organizing your entire inbox to feel productive. You've got to channel all your available energy into a solitary objective. Let's move to and see how this builds into step 2. Hard. Embrace difficulty. See, the source material doesn't promise us an easy way out. Actually, scratch that. It demands that we deliberately confront exactly what is difficult. Laziness is just the natural human gravitation toward comfort, like opting to organize that inbox because it feels like work, but it really isn't. By making the chosen task explicitly hard, we are actively short-circuiting that laziness mechanism. We're taking away the easy path and actively choosing the friction. And finally, thing. The action. This is what grounds the entire concept in reality. It can't be some vague philosophical goal like be more productive today or work on my business. No way. A thing is tangible. It's finite. It's concrete execution. Emphasizing this word highlights the absolute necessity of turning the concept into an actual action you can physically cross off a list. You need to be able to point to it at 5 p.m. and say, yep, I did that thing. Section 4. Science against laziness. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we are directly pitting our universal problem against its systematic solution. Think about the clash of these two ideas. Laziness is that chaotic, unpredictable, default human state of avoiding effort, while science is the structured, undeniable, methodical application of a rule. This shows us exactly why the one hard thing rule works so well. It takes our reliance on flawed, fluctuating human motivation and completely replaces it with a rigid, clinical formula. So, to tie this all together into one structured blueprint for you to take away. Number 1, the rule, one hard thing. Number 2, the target, laziness. And number 3, the weapon, science. The wording we analyzed today is super brief, But as we've seen, it provides a complete architectural blueprint for truly mastering your daily productivity. Which leaves us with the ultimate question for you. What is your one hard thing today? You've got the scientific framework now, you know it requires singular focus, you know it must embrace difficulty, and you know it has to be a concrete action. So don't look at your entire overwhelming list of responsibilities. Look for the friction. Find that singular task, apply the rule, and go kill laziness with science. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.